how are you all? I think that everyone is fine. Today I am going to start the lesson, that is nutrition lesson. Before going to the topic, please hit the bell button and do subscribe to my channel Vijaya Biology Tutorials. Now coming to the topic, what is nutrition? Nutrition. So here every organism requires energy to do any sort of the work. Okay, for any sort of the work everyone requires energy. But from where do we get the energy? We get the energy from the food we eat. Okay, so here what is nutrition? If you go into the definition, nutrition is nothing but the process of taking the food material into the body is called as nutrition. So here if anyone can note down, you can note it down. Here nothing but I am writing here the process by which the organisms take the food into the body is called as nutrition. So I repeat it. The process by which the organisms take the food into the body is called as nutrition. Without the nutrition, we can't get any sort of energy. Now, I think everyone has understood the definition. Now going into the day. Here, what is we are having two different types of nutrition. One is autotrophic nutrition, the other one is heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. The other one is heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. So here auto, the name itself, it is telling that by itself means self. It can prepare its own food material. Such type of nutrition is called as autotrophic nutrition. The other one is heterotrophic nutrition. It can't prepare its own food material. So for the food, it depends upon others. That process is called as heterotrophic nutrition. Here, autotrophic nutrition means it can prepare its own food material. Heterotrophic nutrition, it won't prepare its own food material. To get the food, it depends upon others. Okay, like example, here if you take plants. Plants are the organisms that follow autotrophic nutrition. Not only the plants, some of the microorganisms like blue-green algae. Here, they can also prepare their own food material. So here what I mean to say is, whoever is having this green color pigment, that organisms can prepare their own food material. Other than plants, other than these microorganisms, remaining all like you can say human beings, they come under heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, next animals, they come under heterotrophic nutrition. Fungi and some of the bacteria, they come under heterotrophic nutrition. So the organisms which cannot prepare their own food material and depends upon others for the food, they are called as, they follow heterotrophic nutrition. What are such organisms? If you see, human beings, animals, fungi and bacteria, they come under heterotrophic nutrition. Now coming to the autotrophic nutrition, the plants are and some of the microorganisms like blue-green algae are the organisms that follow autotrophic nutrition. So now, in this video, we will learn about autotrophic nutrition. Okay, so let us erase this one. Now coming to the autotrophic nutrition. So here what I am saying is green color substance. What is that green color substance? Nothing but it is the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the main pigment that gives green color to the plants. Okay, are you able to understand? The chlorophyll is the green color pigment that gives green color to the plant. Here, where is this chlorophyll present? In class 9, you have learned about plastids. Plastids are one of the cell organelles. In that plastids, we have learned about one type of plastid, that is chloroplast. Chloroplast is one of the plastids. Okay, that chloroplast will hold this green color pigment, that is chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll helps so much in the preparation of the food material. So that is what we will see now. Here, let us, I think everyone, now we are saying that plants are able to prepare their own food material. How they can prepare their own food material? It is a process called as photosynthesis. What is that process called? Photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is the process by which the plants can prepare their own food material. So now coming in detail into the photosynthesis. What are the raw materials that are required to do the process of photosynthesis? So once again I will say, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is nothing but a very simple definition, that is the plants, the process by which the plants can prepare their own food material is called as photosynthesis. Now, what are the raw materials that are required for the photosynthesis? Raw materials. Here, carbon dioxide is one of the raw material that is required for the photosynthesis. Next, sunlight is one of the raw material. Carbon dioxide, sunlight, and water is one of the raw material. One more important thing, that is chlorophyll. So if these things are present in a plant, then automatically they do the process of the photosynthesis. So what are the raw materials that are required to do the photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide, sunlight, water and chlorophyll. So where are these coming from? If you see carbon dioxide, the plant will take the carbon dioxide from the air. Okay, sunlight we get from the nature. Water we get from the soil. Chlorophyll, it is already present in the leaves. It is already present in the leaves. So these are the raw materials. So one more definition for photosynthesis. The photosynthesis is the process in which the simple inorganic compounds combine to form a complex carbohydrate molecule is called as photosynthesis. I repeat it. The simple inorganic compounds combine to form a complex carbohydrate molecule is called as photosynthesis. What is that complex carbohydrate that is formed? Nothing but the complex carbohydrate that is formed is, you can say it as, here you can say it as glucose. C6H12O6. This is the glucose. So this is the storage material. You can't say this is a storage material, but the out product we get after the reaction of all these raw materials, the out product, the byproduct we get is called as glucose. Now coming to the equation of the photosynthesis. If you see the equation of the photosynthesis, by using these raw materials, we will see the equation of the photosynthesis. A very simple equation, so which will be useful for you in your further classes also. 6CO2 plus 12H2O, 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of the sunlight, and chlorophyll that is present in the leaves. It forms a byproduct, that is C6H12O6, and it will release 6 molecules of oxygen and 6 molecules of water. So this is the equation of the photosynthesis. Okay, so 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of the sunlight and chlorophyll. It is forming a compound, that is glucose plus oxygen plus water is formed. Okay, so how can, this is the photosynthesis process that is occurring in the plants, but how can you test the presence? How can you test whether a particular plant is preparing the food material or not? Here in plants, as you know that in human beings the storage food material is glucose. So the storage food material, you can say it's not glucose, means we require glucose to get the energy. Okay, but if you see in the plants, the storage food material is starch. The storage food material is starch. The excess glucose gets converted to starch. Okay, so now how can you test the presence of the starch? This is the first experiment in the 10th class first chapter. So how to test the presence of the starch in the leaves. So what is that process? Let us see. So before doing any experiment, we have to follow some protocol we have to follow. The first step is we have to know what is the aim. What is the aim? Now we are going to do an experiment to prove that the starch is present in the leaf. Here our aim is to test the presence of the starch in the leaf. So for any experiment we have to have an aim. So here our aim is to test the presence of the starch in leaf. Next one is the apparatus. Here what are the apparatus we require to do this experiment? Here we require a tripod stand. Next we require the Bunsen burner, methylated spirit. Next green color leaf you require, boiling tube you require, beaker you require, asbestos gas you require, and the iodine solution you require. Okay, here how to do the experiment. First of all, you have to take a green color leaf. You have to take a green color leaf. This green color leaf, first you have to de-starch the leaf. Are you able to understand the word that is de-starching of the leaf? So what is de-starching? Nothing but removing the starch from the leaf. As I already said that the storage food material of the plant is the starch. So here we have to de-starch the leaf. How to de-starch the leaf? We have to dip the leaf in the methylated spirit. When you dip the leaf in the methylated spirit, the green color will be lost. Means here the leaf is coming to a colorless one. Are you able to understand? The leaf becomes colorless one. So here you have to take a test tube. Into the test tube you have to take some methylated spirit. You have to keep the green color leaf and you have to place it in the beaker. In the beaker you have to take some water. Now this setup should be kept on the asbestos gas. So when you keep it on the asbestos gas, and down you have to produce some flame by using the Bunsen burner. Okay, so here when you boil this beaker, the water will be boiling and here the methylated spirit will start its action, that is it helps in the removal of the green color part of the leaf. Okay, the leaf become colorless. So now after the leaf becomes colorless, you have to test with the iodine solution. You have to test with iodine solution. If you test that colorless leaf should be tested with iodine solution. So when you test this colorless leaf with iodine solution, it changes to deep blue color. It changes to deep blue color. If it changes to deep blue color, it indicates the presence of the starch. It indicates the presence of the starch. I repeat it once again. Our aim is to test the presence of the starch in the leaves. Okay, to that what we require? We require a tripod stand, Bunsen burner, methylated spirit, boiling tube, green leaf, beaker, asbestos and iodine solution. So now coming to the procedure. What you have to do? You have to collect a green color leaf and you have to place it in a test tube. The test tube should contain methylated spirit. Here why are we using the methylated spirit? We want to de-starch the leaf. We have to make the leaf colorless. The methylated spirit acts on the leaf and makes it colorless. This boiling tube should be kept in a beaker. The beaker should be containing water and this setup should be placed on the asbestos gas, and down we have to provide some flame by using the Bunsen burner. When you are boiling the beaker, so due to that heat, the leaf gradually becomes colorless due to the action of the methylated spirit. When the leaf becomes colorless, remove the leaf out of the test tube and test it with iodine solution. When you test it with iodine solution, if the leaf changes to deep blue color, it indicates the presence of the starch. So this is how you can test the presence of the starch in the green parts of the plant. Okay, if you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel Vijaya Biology Tutorials. Thank you.